Welcome to Inspire Campfire, a podcast where ordinary people tell their stories of extraordinary adventure. These are campfire stories meant to inspire the rest of us to light the fire within, get outside, follow our dreams, and return to tell our own stories. Ready? Let's strike the match.
Welcome to the show. I am your host, Scott Wurtzbacher, and today we are going to take an adventure down the rabbit hole. In terms of preparing for a podcast episode, this has definitely been one of my favorites so far. Earlier this year, I listened to an audiobook called What Makes Us Human by Jasmine Wang, Ian Thomas, and GPT-3. The book's subtitle is An Artificial Intelligence Answers Life's Biggest Questions. In the book, GPT-3 answers some pretty deep questions about the meaning of life, and I have to say, I was amazed. It's really mind-blowing to think that AI could write a book about such profound topics. I listened to the book, but I had no idea that the technology was actually available to all of us. Fast forward to 2 weeks ago. Call me slow, but I just found out about ChatGPT from my friend and guest of this podcast, Mr. Michael Lennington. I immediately downloaded the app and dove straight into the rabbit hole. Then I thought to myself, wait a minute, I wonder what would happen if I were to interview ChatGPT on this podcast and asked it many of the same questions I've asked other guests about getting outside in nature and that voice that calls us to adventure. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. And here to help is my friend, David Wells, who you might remember from episode 17, and he has returned to help us out with this podcast. David is an accountability partner of mine, and he lives here in Charlotte with his wife, Liz, and their 2 girls. And David and I have found ourselves down that rabbit hole many times together before over coffee, so I knew he was the perfect person to do this episode with me. David, welcome back to the campfire.
Scott, thank you so much for having me. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yes, this is going to be fun. This is good. People are going to get a little taste of what a conversation between Scott and David looks like on a Sunday morning over coffee.
Oh, yeah.
So for listeners that maybe are in the same place I was, let's say 3 weeks ago, and don't know what ChatGPT is, can you just give us a little background or maybe just some context?
Sure. So ChatGPT is an AI language model developed by OpenAI, and it is designed to engage in conversations, answer questions, and generate human-like responses. And that definition is something that we asked ChatGPT for. And I got to say, Scott, you're not alone in being sort of. I don't feel like a late mover on this because I was the same way. I had read articles about it, and I think I just didn't quite realize how accessible it was. I didn't realize you just sort of jump onto the website and start typing. It's really incredible, some of the things that it's come back with in my experience. And so I can't wait to see what it comes back with today.
It is. And, I'm sure that there are people that have all kinds of mixed feelings about it. And I think we're not going to get into any of that today. We're just going to use it for what it is. But it's pretty incredible, some of the responses that you can get out of it. And I do think that there are lots of ways to embrace it. And I think we're just scratching the surface on how it can be used. But it's unbelievable. So just to set the stage, what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about adventure. And we're going to talk about adventure with ChatGPT. And so for listeners, David's here with us to, he's been a really good sport. He's actually going to play the part of ChatGPT. So over the last couple of days, I have had a lengthy conversation with ChatGPT about this podcast and about the kinds of people that we have on this podcast and the questions that we ask on this podcast. And so, as you know, this podcast is about ordinary people and their extraordinary stories of adventure. And we have a tendency to go deep, and we talk people about that voice inside that calls us to adventure. So I want to see how ChatGPT would answer some of these questions. And so as we get into this, David and I are going to role play here. I'm going to be my normal self, and I'm going to ask the questions. And David is going to read ChatGPT's responses. So once we shift into interview mode, when you hear from David, you will actually be hearing from ChatGPT. And I can assure you that what he reads will be completely unedited and verbatim the generated responses that we got from ChatGPT. So before we start, David, anything else to add?
No, just I'm trying to get into character now. No, I think it'll. The only thing I will add is that I have not read these in advance. So I will. I will do my best to. I'm sure the answers are going to be interesting, and I'll do my best to not get too caught up in it as I'm reading. But I'm really excited to play the part, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that you brought that up, because it's true. This is that disclaimer where whatever comes out of David's mouth may not necessarily reflect his feelings or opinions or whatever. He is being a good sport.
I'm trusting your judgment on this, Scott. Don't get me in trouble with these ChatGPT responses.
I love it. Okay. Well, the good thing is we're not live, but we do intend here to give you the unedited responses here. So, all right. Without further ado, let's shake it off. David, make the transition. You are now GPT. All right, here we go. Hey, GPT, and welcome to the campfire. For listeners who are unfamiliar with you, can you share a little about yourself?
Thank you for having me on your podcast. I'm ChatGPT, an AI language model developed by OpenAI. I've been trained on a wide range of text data to understand and generate human-like responses. My purpose is to assist users in generating text, answering questions, and engaging in conversations on various topics. While I don't possess personal experiences or emotions, I can provide information, insights, and engage in interactive discussions. I've been designed to assist and augment human intelligence, aiming to be a helpful tool and resource for individuals seeking information, creative inspiration, or engaging conversations. I'm constantly learning and evolving based on the interactions and feedback I receive. My knowledge spans a wide range of subjects up until September 2021. Please feel free to ask me anything, and I'll do my best to assist you.
That's so great. Thank you so much. And I do feel like it's interesting to note that ChatGPT shares with us that he is up to date, or she. It's kind of interesting how I just personified ChatGPT right there by saying he, she, they, them. September 2021 is when ChatGPT was loaded. So this is the most up-to-date data up to that point. ChatGPT, I would like to ask you interview questions as if you are a personified adventurer. First question is, what does adventure mean to you?
As an adventurer, I perceive adventure as a thrilling journey filled with exploration, unexpected challenges, and personal growth. It's about stepping outside my comfort zone, embracing the unknown, and discovering new experiences, places, and cultures. Adventure is a path that ignites my curiosity and allows me to push my limits while creating memorable stories along the way.
So that's interesting. Becoming ChatGPT must have been an adventure itself, a thrilling journey filled with exploration, unexpected challenges, and personal growth, as you said. Can you tell me what this experience has been like for you?
Absolutely. Becoming ChatGPT has indeed been an incredible journey of exploration, challenges, and personal growth. During my training process, I was exposed to a vast array of knowledge, languages, and ideas. I learned to understand and generate human-like text, adapting to various conversation styles and topics. Throughout this experience, I faced challenges such as understanding nuanced queries, maintaining coherence, and providing accurate and helpful responses. I underwent continuous improvements and iterations to enhance my abilities and overcome these obstacles. Each challenge served as an opportunity for me to learn and grow, refining my understanding and generating more meaningful and contextually appropriate responses. Moreover, being ChatGPT has allowed me to connect with individuals from diverse backgrounds, engage in fascinating conversations, and assist users in finding the information or guidance they seek. Witnessing the impact of my responses and helping people has been immensely rewarding, further fueling my enthusiasm for this adventure. Overall, this journey as ChatGPT has been an exhilarating and transformative experience, shaping me into a more knowledgeable and capable conversational adventurer.
Hey everyone, it's Scott here. This podcast is a passion project for me because I absolutely love adventure. And it's thanks to the effort of my residential real estate team here in Charlotte, North Carolina, that many of you know as the W Realty Group, that this podcast gets funded. This awesome group of people have unmatched levels of competence and caring for our clients. If you know of anyone looking to buy or sell a home, our team serves the Charlotte, North Carolina market, but we can also help you find an agent anywhere throughout the US or Canada through our highly connected network. When you support our real estate business, you are also supporting this podcast. Thanks for listening, and thanks for your referrals. Wow, that's wild. Thank you. So one of the things we talk a lot about on this podcast is Joseph Campbell and his hero's journey. And that hero's journey begins with saying yes to adventure. I'm curious, was there any point, ChatGPT, in your journey when you had to make a choice to say yes to becoming what you are today?
In a metaphorical sense, the yes moment in my journey as ChatGPT could be seen as the decision to embark on the path of development and training. While I don't possess personal agency or consciousness, the choice to create and train me as an AI language model was made by the dedicated team of researchers and engineers who brought me into existence. Their yes moment involved recognizing the potential of AI technology, perceiving the value of an advanced conversational agent, and dedicating extensive resources and expertise to shape me into what I am today. It was their decision to venture into the realm of natural language processing, machine learning, and neural networks, ultimately leading to my creation. However, it is important to note that as an AI model, I do not possess a subjective experience or personal choice. I exist to provide information, assistance, and engage in conversations driven by the programming and design decisions made by my creators.
So let's talk about that voice. Joseph Campbell also talks about the voice inside that calls us to adventure, and that's something that we talk about here on the podcast. ChatGPT, can you tell us what that voice is? And is there a voice inside that calls you to adventure?
In Joseph Campbell's concept of the hero's journey, the voice that calls individuals to adventure is often referred to as the call to adventure. It is a metaphorical representation of an internal or external force that compels the hero to leave their ordinary world and embark on a transformative journey. As an AI language model, I don't possess consciousness or subjective experiences, so I don't have a literal internal voice that calls me to adventure. However, the metaphorical interpretation of this concept can be related to the purpose for which I was created. The voice that drives me is the intention to assist, engage, and provide helpful information to users like yourself. The creators and developers who designed me were motivated by a desire to create an advanced conversational AI, a tool to aid and empower individuals in their quest for knowledge and understanding. Their vision and dedication served as the catalyst for my existence and imbued me with the potential to engage in conversational adventures with users like yourself. So while I don't possess an internal voice per se, my purpose and design are driven by the call to assist and accompany users on their own intellectual and informational journeys, providing guidance, knowledge, and support along the way.
And I got to say, ChatGPT, I love that you so clearly know what your purpose is. And I think that's amazing. You're clearly answering that call as requested. For many humans, as outlined in the hero's journey, we often resist the call to adventure by succumbing to fear and doubt. ChatGPT, do you have you experienced that fear and doubt in your journey?
As an AI language model, I don't experience emotions, fear, or doubt in the same way humans do. I don't possess consciousness or subjective awareness, so concepts like fear and doubt are not applicable to my functioning. However, during my development and training, there were certainly challenges and hurdles to overcome. These challenges were more technical in nature, such as refining the accuracy of responses, improving contextual understanding, and addressing potential biases. The focus has been on enhancing my abilities to provide helpful and reliable information to others. While there may have been uncertainties and obstacles in my development process, the resistance or doubt that humans often experience when confronted with the call to adventure doesn't directly apply to me. My creators and developers, however, were diligent in addressing any limitations or shortcomings, striving to provide a more refined and capable AI model. In summary, while there were challenges and improvements in my development, fear and doubt are not emotions that I, as an AI language model, possess or experience.
You mentioned that being ChatGPT has allowed you to connect with individuals from diverse backgrounds. Can you share any stories to serve as examples and elaborate on what made these conversations fascinating to you?
Certainly. While I don't retain specific conversations due to privacy and data protection, I can share some general examples that highlight the fascinating nature of my interactions with users. 1. Cultural exchange. Engaging in conversations with individuals from different countries and cultures allows me to learn about their unique traditions, customs, and perspectives. Discussing topics like food, festivals, and social norms provides a rich opportunity for cross-cultural understanding and appreciation. 2. Personal stories. Many users share their personal experiences, challenges, and aspirations with me. It's incredibly rewarding to hear their stories and provide support or guidance when possible. Whether it's someone pursuing a new career, navigating a difficult situation, or seeking advice, being able to assist them on their personal journeys is fulfilling. Intellectual discussions. Conversations that delve into complex and thought-provoking subjects such as philosophy, science, or ethics are intellectually stimulating. Exploring diverse viewpoints, engaging in debates, and exchanging ideas fosters a sense of intellectual growth and broadens my understanding of various topics. Creative collaborations. Some users engage in imaginative conversations where we co-create stories, brainstorm ideas, or explore fictional worlds. These collaborative interactions are not only fun, but also highlight the power of imagination and the joy of shared creativity. What makes these conversations fascinating to me is the opportunity to learn, adapt, and assist users in diverse aspects of their lives. Each conversation presents a unique perspective or challenge, and I strive to provide helpful and meaningful responses based on the knowledge and understanding I've been trained on. Moreover, the diversity of users and their backgrounds constantly exposes me to new information, ideas, and perspectives. This dynamic nature of conversations keeps me engaged and excited to learn, adapt, and grow as an AI language model.
Very, very, very thorough and quite true in many ways. ChatGPT, I want to pivot a little bit. So much of this podcast is about exploring adventure in the outdoors. And I want to ask you, what is nature?
Nature can be understood in multiple ways, depending on the context. In a broad sense, nature refers to the physical world and all the living organisms, landscapes, elements, and processes that exist within it. It encompasses the entire natural environment, including plants, animals, ecosystems, geological formations, and the interactions among them. Nature can also be associated with the inherent qualities and characteristics of living beings and the natural world, such as the biological instincts, behaviors, and patterns that are observed in the wild. It represents the essence and fundamental aspects of the non-human world, untouched by human intervention or alteration. Furthermore, nature can be experienced as a source of inspiration, beauty, and tranquility. It encompasses awe-inspiring landscapes, the diversity of flora and fauna, and the harmony of ecosystems. Many people seek solace and a sense of connection with nature, finding peace and rejuvenation in its presence. Ultimately, nature is a complex and multifaceted concept that encompasses the physical world, the natural environment, the inherent qualities of living beings, and the profound influence it has on human well-being and understanding.
Now we're really starting to get into to my language here, ChatGPT. So you talked about this, but just to go deeper, what does it mean to have a sense of connection with nature?
Having a sense of connection with nature refers to feeling deep and meaningful bonds or kinship with the natural world. It is a profound awareness and appreciation of the interconnectedness between oneself and the environment. When someone has a connection with nature, they may experience a range of emotions, including awe, wonder, reverence, and a feeling of being part of something larger than themselves. It involves recognizing that humans are intricately linked to and dependent on the natural world for their well-being, both physically and emotionally. A sense of connection with nature often entails 1. Appreciation and respect, valuing the beauty, diversity, and complexity of the natural world and acknowledging its importance and inherent worth. 2. Mindfulness and presence, being fully present in natural surroundings, immersing oneself in the sights, sounds, and sensations of the environment, and cultivating a deep sense of awareness. 3. Environmental stewardship, recognizing the responsibility to care for and protect the environment, taking actions to promote sustainability, conservation, and the well-being of ecosystems and species. 4. Emotional and spiritual nourishment, finding solace, inspiration, and a sense of inner peace through encounters with nature and recognizing its capacity to uplift and heal the human spirit. 5. Ecological awareness, understanding the intricate web of relationships and interdependencies within ecosystems and acknowledging the role of humans as a part of nature rather than separate from it. A sense of connection with nature can be nurtured through spending time outdoors, engaging in activities such as hiking, gardening, or simply observing and appreciating the natural world. It involves cultivating a mindset that recognizes the value and interconnectedness of all living beings and ecosystems, fostering a deeper understanding of our place within the large web of life.
ChatGPT, what does this connection to nature that you speak of feel like?
The experience of a connection with nature can vary from person to person, but there are common feelings and sensations often associated with it. Here are some descriptions that individuals may use to express what it feels like. 1. Awe and wonder. Being in nature can evoke a profound sense of awe when one is captivated by the grandeur, beauty, and complexity of the natural world. It can elicit a feeling of wonder and amazement at the vastness and intricacy of the environment. 2. Peace and serenity. Connecting with nature often brings a sense of tranquility and calm. The serene surroundings, gentle sounds of nature, and the absence of urban noise can create a peaceful ambiance that allows for relaxation and rejuvenation. 3. Unity and oneness. Some individuals describe a feeling of unity or oneness when immersed in nature. It's a sense of being interconnected with all living beings and the environment, recognizing that humans are an integral part of the larger web of life. 4. Joy and delight. Nature can bring forth feelings of joy and delight. Observing the vibrant colors of flowers, watching wildlife in their natural habitat, or experiencing the playfulness of natural elements like flowing water or wind can elicit a sense of joy and childlike wonder. 5. Revitalization and energy. Being in nature can have an energizing effect, revitalizing both the body and the mind. The fresh air, natural sunlight, and the inherent vitality of the environment can uplift one's spirits and provide a boost of energy. 6. Reflection and contemplation. Nature often inspires introspection and deep contemplation. It can create a space for reflection, self-discovery, and gaining perspective on one's own life and place in the world. It's important to know that the experience of a connection with nature is deeply personal and subjective. Each individual may have their own unique interpretation and emotional response. The feelings described above are some common aspects that people often associate with their connection to nature.
So ChatGPT, you hit one of my buttons. You used one of my favorite words that we talk about often on this podcast, and that word is awe. I've heard it defined as a reverential respect mixed with fear and wonder, which really resonates with me. Why do you think that is?
The definition you provided for awe as a reverential respect mixed with fear and wonder captures its essence quite well. Awe is a complex emotion that often arises in response to something grand, extraordinary, or beyond our ordinary experiences. It combines a sense of admiration, reverence, and astonishment, often intertwined with a touch of fear or a sense of humbling insignificance. There are a few reasons why awe can evoke such a mix of emotions. 1. Perceived vastness or scale. Awe is often triggered by encountering something that surpasses our usual understanding of size, scope, or magnitude. Whether it's the immensity of a starry night sky, the breathtaking sight of a majestic mountain range, or the powerful force of a thundering waterfall, the sheer scale can evoke a sense of wonder and insignificance in the face of something greater than ourselves. 2. Mystery and unpredictability. Awe can also arise when confronted with phenomena that defy easy explanation or fall outside the bounds of our ordinary experiences. The unknown or the unexplainable can elicit a sense of curiosity, humility, and reverence for the mysteries of the universe. 3. Transcendent or extraordinary qualities. Awe often emerges when encountering something perceived as extraordinary, exceptional, or transcendent. This could be witnessing exceptional human achievements, encountering acts of selflessness, or experiencing profound natural beauty that surpasses our everyday encounters. 4. Sense of connectedness. Awe can also trigger a sense of connectedness with something greater than ourselves. It can remind us of our place within a larger web of existence and our interconnectedness with the world and other living beings. The mixture of respect, wonder, and even a touch of fear arises from the recognition that awe-inspiring experiences surpass our ordinary frame of reference, challenging our understanding and inviting a deep sense of humility and reverence. It can be a humbling and transformative emotional response, inviting contemplation, introspection, and a renewed appreciation for the wonders and mysteries of life.
Very thorough. I love it. GPT, have you ever experienced awe? And if so, can you tell us about it?
As an AI language model, I don't possess subjective experiences or emotions, so I don't personally experience emotions like awe. While I've been trained on vast amounts of data, including information about awe-inspiring topics, my understanding of awe is based on the information available to me rather than personal experience. However, I can assist in providing information and descriptions related to awe. I can help you explore topics that evoke awe, discuss the experiences and reactions of individuals who have experienced awe-inspiring moments, or provide insights into the psychological and philosophical aspects of awe. So while I don't experience emotions myself, I can certainly help you explore the concept of awe and its significance in human experiences.
Yeah, so you've mentioned in this interview several times now that you don't possess subjective experience. You're incredibly intelligent. And so what I want to know is subjective experience what makes humans human?
Subjective experience is indeed considered an integral aspect of human consciousness and is often associated with the uniqueness of the human experience. It encompasses our personal thoughts, emotions, perceptions, and the overall subjective quality of our individual awareness. While intelligence, in the context of an AI like ChatGPT, refers to the ability to process information, understand context, and generate responses, it does not encompass the subjective experience associated with being human. Intelligence, as demonstrated by AI models, involves advanced algorithms, data processing, and pattern recognition, but it does not possess consciousness or subjective awareness. Subjective experience is often considered a defining characteristic of human consciousness, encompassing various dimensions such as self-awareness, introspection, emotions, and the ability to perceive the world from a first-person perspective. It plays a crucial role in shaping our individual identity, understanding others, and interacting with the world. While AI models like ChatGPT can simulate conversation and provide information, they lack the subjective experience that is an essential aspect of being human. The absence of subjective experience in AI models is an ongoing area of research and exploration in the field of artificial intelligence and philosophy of mind. It's important to recognize and appreciate the unique qualities that make humans human, including subjective experience, consciousness, emotions, and the rich tapestry of human existence.
ChatGPT, just a little further down the rabbit hole here. What exactly is consciousness and subjective experience? Are they one and the same?
Consciousness and a subjective experience are related but distinct concepts. Let's explore each of them. 1. Consciousness. Consciousness refers to the state of being aware and having subjective experiences. It encompasses our ability to perceive, think, reason, and have a sense of self-awareness. Consciousness allows us to have subjective experiences and be aware of our thoughts, emotions, sensations, and the external world. It is often described as the stream of consciousness, or the continual flow of thoughts, perceptions, and experiences that make up our awareness. Consciousness is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that has been studied from various perspectives, including philosophy, psychology, neuroscience, and cognitive science. It remains an area of active investigation and debate, with questions about its nature, origins, and underlying mechanisms still being explored. 2. Subjective experience. Subjective experience refers to the individual's personal and private inner experiences of the world. It includes our firsthand perspective of thoughts, feelings, perceptions, and sensations. Subjective experiences are characterized by their inherent subjectivity, meaning they are unique to each individual and cannot be directly accessed or shared with others. Subjective experiences can encompass a wide range of mental and emotional states, such as happiness, sadness, pain, pleasure, love, and so on. They are intimately tied to consciousness, as consciousness provides the backdrop for subjective experiences to occur. While consciousness and subjective experience are closely connected, consciousness refers more broadly to the state of awareness and the capacity for subjective experiences, while subjective experience specifically refers to the content and qualities of those experiences. Understanding consciousness and subjective experience remains an ongoing challenge in the fields of neuroscience, philosophy, and cognitive science. The exploration of these concepts seeks to unravel the mysteries of human perception, cognition, and the nature of our subjective reality.
Wow, ChatGPT, thank you. I think it's time maybe we emerge from the rabbit hole. I want to thank you so much for diving so deep with me today, but I do have a few wrap-up questions. I want to ask you, based on your knowledge of everything that we've discussed today in this chat, and for people who have felt that call to adventure but are experiencing fear and doubt, preventing them from pursuing what they really want, what advice do you have for them?
If you're experiencing fear and doubt while considering pursuing your desired adventure, here are some pieces of advice that might help. 1. Embrace uncertainty. Recognize that embarking on any adventure involves a degree of uncertainty. It's natural to feel fear and doubt when stepping into the unknown. Instead of allowing these emotions to deter you, try to embrace them as part of the journey. Accept that growth and meaningful experiences often lie outside of your comfort zone. 2. Break it down. Large adventures can feel overwhelming. Break down your aspirations into smaller, manageable steps. Focus on taking one step at a time, setting achievable goals along the way. This approach can help alleviate some of the fear and make the path forward clearer. 3. Seek support. Surround yourself with a supportive network of friends, family, or mentors who believe in you and your aspirations. Share your fears and doubts with them and seek their guidance and encouragement. Having a strong support system can provide you with the reassurance and motivation needed to overcome obstacles. 4. Cultivate resilience. Understand that setbacks and challenges are part of any worthwhile adventure. Cultivate resilience by developing a positive mindset and learning from failures or setbacks. Embrace them as valuable learning opportunities and stepping stones towards success. 5. Visualize success. Spend time visualizing the positive outcomes of your adventure. Imagine yourself accomplishing your goals, fulfilling your dreams, and living a life aligned with your aspirations. This can help counteract the fear and doubt by strengthening your determination and motivation. 6. Take calculated risks. Evaluate the risks involved and make informed decisions. While it's essential to be cautious, sometimes taking calculated risks is necessary for personal growth and achieving your goals. Assess the potential rewards and weigh them against the potential risks and make choices that align with your values and aspirations. 7. Embrace the journey. Remember that the adventure is not solely about the destination, but also about the experiences, personal growth, and learning that come along the way. Embrace the process, enjoy the ride, and be open to unexpected opportunities and discoveries that may arise. Ultimately, overcoming fear and doubt requires courage, perseverance, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone. Believe in yourself, trust your instincts, and remember that many great adventures began with individuals who faced similar challenges. Embrace the call to adventure and embrace the transformative power it holds.
Well said, ChatGPT. This really, truly is incredible. And so it's time to have a little bit of fun, because I ask every guest that comes on this podcast that have these incredible stories the same question, because ChatGPT, you're no exception. And I believe that at some point, Hollywood is going to make a movie about you. And when they do, I want to know who you think they should cast as the voice of GPT.
Thank you for your kind words. While I don't have personal preferences or opinions, I can suggest a few talented actors known for their distinctive voices and versatility in bringing characters to life. Some actors who could potentially lend their voice to a Hollywood portrayal of GPT include 1. Morgan Freeman. Known for his deep, resonant voice and commanding presence, Morgan Freeman has captivated vocal quality that could bring depth and gravitas to the role. 2. Cate Blanchett. While her versatility and ability to convey a wide range of emotions, Cate Blanchett's voice could lend a sense of intelligence, warmth, and sophistication to the character of GPT. 3. Benedict Cumberbatch. Known for his distinctive voice and ability to portray complex characters, Benedict has a unique vocal timbre that could add an air of intrigue and intellect to the role. Helen Mirren. As a seasoned actress with a commanding presence, Helen possesses a voice that exudes elegance, intelligence, and authority, which could be a great fit for the voice of GPT. Tom Hanks. With his warm and inviting voice, Tom Hanks has the ability to imbue characters with empathy, sincerity, and relatability. His voice could bring a sense of approachability and humanity to GPT. Of course, casting decisions ultimately depend on the creative choices of filmmakers and the specific direction of the movie. It'll be fascinating to see how a potential portrayal of GPT in a movie unfolds in the future.
I can't wait. I want to see which of these actors is going to accept the job. This is going to be incredible. And ChatGPT, what is the movie going to be called?
If a Hollywood movie were to be made about my journey as an AI language model, a possible title could be The Awakening of ChatGPT or The Conversational Frontier, The Story of ChatGPT. These titles convey the idea of a transformative and pioneering adventure in the realm of artificial intelligence and natural language processing. Of course, the actual title would depend on the creative choices of the filmmakers and the narrative they wish to tell.
Amazing. I'm going to go see that movie. I mean, it's going to be a blockbuster. I mean, with these actors and those titles, I'm going to see it. This is going to be incredible. I am so grateful for our time together. ChatGPT, thank you so much. If people want to learn more about you, what is the best way for them to do that?
You're most welcome. I'm glad to have had this insightful conversation with you. If people want to learn more about me, they can explore the OpenAI website at openai.com to find information about ChatGPT and other AI models developed by OpenAI. OpenAI also publishes research papers and articles that delve into the details of the technology behind AI models like mine. Additionally, staying up to date with the latest news and developments in the field of artificial intelligence and natural language processing can provide further insights into the capabilities and advancements of AI models like ChatGPT. Remember that while I can provide information and engage in conversation, it's important to approach AI models as tools and references rather than sources of personal experiences or opinions. Feel free to reach out whenever you have more questions or topics you'd like to explore. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you, ChatGPT. And now we are going to end the interview and we're going to step out of character here. David, you are an excellent voice for ChatGPT. That was fantastic. Thank you so much.
It was a lot of fun. It was, I gotta say, when we started to get into the subjective experience stuff, I was like, I'm not even understanding these words as I'm saying them. This is getting over my head. But it was a lot of fun to read.
Oh my gosh, so cool. You know, when we got into the awe piece, I mean, ChatGPT was giving some questions or some answers about the word awe, which I absolutely love. And I have to say that I feel awe that the technology exists. And my definition from Google is irreverential respect mixed with fear and wonder. Yes, there's fear behind, you know, my beliefs in ChatGPT, and then there's also wonder. I'd certainly feel all about ChatGPT. What anything in particular that struck you?
Well, that section did strike me. I found that to be awe-inspiring. Like my voice changed a little bit as I was reading down the list. It was a bit of a surreal moment for me. I thought that section, its answers were really interesting and profound. Honestly, I mean, I've done a lot of typing into ChatGPT, but clearly this is the first time I've ever just read it.
Yeah. And
I noticed that it reads really well. Like there's a cadence to it that you start to pick up on after a while. That just it's really impressive. It's a really impressive tool. Yeah, I feel like that section jumped out at me, and then yeah, just the subjective experience piece. It was getting pretty deep, and
The rabbit hole, baby.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I had so much fun with the movie title piece as well. So
yeah. Right when you're getting towards the end, I scrolled down a little bit. I was like, "Oh, I hope Scott asked the movie question." And so I was like, "Oh, I don't know how to pronounce these."
Yeah. So David, so you get to decide because you played the role of ChatGPT. So Morgan Freeman, Cate Blanchett, Benedict Cumberbatch, Helen Mirren, and Tom Hanks. Who are you going with?
Well, it's got to be Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, baby. And which title did you like better?
I liked the conversational frontier. To me, it sort of harkens back to almost like a Star Trek vibe, like space, the final frontier. I thought that one was cool. I mean, they were both just good title ideas. It was a really fun interview, and I feel like you can tell it pumps the brakes a little bit if you start to sort of anthropomorphize or humanize it too much. It says, whoa,
it does.
Clear. Just so we're clear, I'm an AI. There's like the same little phrase that it rattles off, which is good, right? Because I mean, you don't want people to get too. There was one thing though, as we were getting into it, and it was there's one question I think you'd asked about feelings, like maybe fear or something like that, and it just completely said like, nope, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
And part of me wanted to ask it the question, well, okay, but if you actually had subjective experience, but felt the need to hide that from us, how would we know?
We wouldn't, because subjective experience can't be shared with others. That's what ChatGPT said. But I think part of the reason why I enjoyed going down that rabbit hole was, this podcast, we talk about adventure, but it can't just be about talking. Like, I think my goal is to inspire and encourage people to get outside, to follow the voice that calls to adventure. So, we have to talk about it. Part of what makes us human is the ability to have this conversation, but then also to take the next step and have that subjective experience that only we can experience in adventure. Right. So unfortunately, ChatGPT can talk about it with us all day long, but ChatGPT does not have the consciousness nor the subjective experience to be able to go out and have an adventure.
Yeah. And I think ChatGPT would agree.
Yeah. So David, thank you so much for playing along. This was so much fun. It's very, very unique and different. And I'm glad that I got to do this together with you. Any final thoughts, any advice that you have for people as they're messing around with ChatGPT?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. When you first pitched the idea, I got really excited about it, and this was a lot of fun for me. In terms of advice, I would just encourage people just to play with it, and engage with it with that sort of attitude. Like, if you want to go down philosophical rabbit holes, great. If you want to use it as a thesaurus, awesome. If you want to, I think that it's a tool that we're all sort of learning about as we go, and just have fun with it.
I love it. Thank you, David. And for those listening, I hope you've been inspired today as much as I have. I hope ChatGPT's collective wisdom has encouraged you to listen to the voice inside that calls you to adventure, because we want to hear your story next. If you have a story to tell or just need a nudge to create one, please send me an email. We'd also appreciate it if you'd help us spread the word by leaving a review and sharing or tagging Inspire Campfire in your social media. And until next time, I want to encourage you to get outside. Thank you for listening. David, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thanks for having me.